Hi, everybody, and welcome into Cougar Field as we get ready for college baseball here on a Saturday, part of a Cougar Sports Network triple header. As Rio Hondo in town to take on the College of the Canyons Cougars. I'm Matt Robinson. Happy to have you along with us, as always, here on the Cougar Sports Network. Big day for us today as we've got 3 games, starting with this one against Rio Hondo, 2 more this afternoon. And basketball, men's and women's basketball in action, those are very important when it comes down to playoffs. 2 of the final 3 games of the year for COC, as they'll play Citrus in those ones. As for this Cougar baseball team, trying to pick up their 2nd win of the year. They picked up their 1st win just a few days ago against San Diego Mesa here at home. Last night fell a little bit short in their comeback bid against Allen Hancock. Ended up falling 11-7, but back at it again today. Quick turnaround for the Cougars, and they'll send Kyle Kopp to the mound for his 2nd start of the year. Kopp 1-1 on the season, an 11.81 ERA in 5 1/3 innings, 12 hits, 7 runs, all of them earned, 3 walks and 5 strikeouts for the Cougars this season. As give you the Rio Hondo lineup. Steven Chavez will lead things off. Rafael Flores batting 2nd. Daniel DeLucas in the 3 spot. Joseph Angulo batting 4th. Joshua Perez batting 5th. Dylan Schumacher, the DH, in the 6th spot. Jordan Salgado in the 7th spot. Gabriel Rico in the 8th spot. And Nolan Anguiano in the 9th spot for Mike Salazar's squad. Rio Hondo this year, 7-1, has been red hot to open the season. Won their first 2 games against Feather River and Antelope Valley. Their only loss was on the road at Antelope Valley, and they've won 5 straight coming into today, including a couple of 10-plus run games, as they put up 11 against Allen Hancock and 14 against San Diego Mesa, both of those wins, as they will try and make it 6 in a row as they take on the Cougars here today. As Steven Chavez will step in, batting .314 on the year with 6 runs batted in. As Kopp on the rubber, working out of the stretch, and we are underway. First pitch misses down. Start time of the game right at 10 o'clock. Bright and early here in the morning on a Saturday. Temp at first pitch, 70 degrees. It's warm. Wind out of the north-northeast at about 6 to 13 miles an hour. It's absolutely beautiful again today in February. Is that one over for a called strike? You wouldn't know it's February. It's certainly nice baseball weather today. Lots of short sleeves and shorts out today to watch the game, as people still filtering in a bit for this early start. 1-1 count here to Chavez, as that one misses down. The problem for Canyons this year has been early inning runs against. Yesterday they gave up 2 in the first against Hancock. Is that over for a called strike? And the count 2-2 here to Chavez. As it was the early inning runs that really did the Cougars in. Then they gave up 5 in the second, so 7 in the first 2 innings, and that's been kind of the book on Canyons this year. As the 2-2 pitch hit towards Ballesteros at second, he'll make the play 1 away. Rafael Flores will step in. Flores batting .559 on the year for Rio Hondo. It's the best average on the team this year, 19 hits and 34 at-bats, including 3 home runs and 14 runs batted in. Very dangerous hitter up there. He's got 8 extra base hits on the season. Slugging percentage is right at 1,000 so far this year. Last time out, Flores 1 for 4. Struck out a couple of times. This is his first time facing Kopp this season. The 1-1 count, the 1-1 pitch misses away. Defensively for the Cougars, Doyle Kane at first, Alex Ballesteros at second, Mikey Kane at short, Andy Ambriz at third, Ryan Camacho in left, Tafton Hensley in center, and Steven Gonzalez in right. Two-one pitch lifted in the air towards right center field. Hensley running over makes a sliding catch. 2 down as he robs Flores of extra bases. And a good defensive start for Canyons. It's 2 down, and Daniel DeLucas coming in, hitting .333 on the year. DeLucas did not play against Canyons last time out. This one hit down the line towards first and foul. Count 0-2 to DeLucas here. So that one catches DeLucas, and so a hit batter will put a runner on with 2 away. Joseph Angulo will step in, hitting .444 this season with a couple of home runs, 11 runs batted in. So keep an eye on the runner at first base. Canyons has had a tough time throwing runners out this year. As you look on the season, they've allowed 20 stolen bases. They've only caught 2 runners. It's just been a tough slog for the catching unit. This one grounded towards short. Mikey Kane, a backhand stab, will have to throw it across the diamond to first, but he completes it as he gets it to Doyle Kane. And 4 batters faced for Kopp. He retires 3, hits 1 batter at the end of a half an inning. Rio Hondo 0, Cougars coming up.
Our sports medicine program here at College of the Canyons is meant to introduce students who are interested in some type of career in sports medicine. Most of my students are interested in careers as an athletic trainer, physical therapist, or orthopedic surgeon. So when they're done with our program, they will have their Associates of Science. Do you love sports? And do you take satisfaction from seeing someone go from injury all the way back to the sport that they love? Then this is a program you should definitely consider.
Half an inning in the books, no score. As we go to the home half of the first. Cougars going to send Ryan Camacho, Mikey Kane, and Doyle Kane to the plate here in the first. The rest of the lineup stacks out with DJ Cougar in the 4 spot. Tafton Hensley batting 5th. Steven Gonzalez batting 6th. Andy Ambrose batting 7th. Alex Ballesteros in the 8 spot. And Jet Lepardi, the designated hitter, getting the start today in the 9 spot for Chris Cota in his 22nd year as the head coach of the Cougars, as they will face Joseph Russo getting the start for Rio Hondo. Does not have a record, as one start was a no decision. That's his only appearance of the year. CRA at 675 in 4 innings, given up 8 hits, 3 runs, all of them earned, struck out 1, and has not walked anybody. So as we go back to work here in the first, Ryan Camacho will step in to try and lead things off for the Cougars. Camacho hitting .333 on the season. Opened the season on a 6-game hitting streak, but went 0 for 3 yesterday. Did score a run. Camacho hits the 1-1 pitch on the ground towards second base. Rico will pick it up and throw him out at first, 1 away. Defensively for Rio Hondo, Perez at first, Rico at second, Chavez is the shortstop, Angulo at third, Salgado in left, Anguiano in center, and DeLucas in right, with Flores behind the plate doing the catching. Here's Mikey Kane at the plate, fouls the first pitch away. Mikey this year hitting .353 on the year with a home run and 6 runs batted in. Mikey just announced the other day, made it official, headed to USC as his next stop, so just down the 5 freeway into the heart of downtown. Headed to be a Trojan as he hits this one to left and deep. Drifting back is Salgado. He'll look up and watch it leave. A solo home run for Mikey Kane, and the Cougars have a 1-0 lead. So Mikey with his 2nd home run of the year. And the Cougars, in a rare spot, have an early lead in the ball game, as that one was hit well right off the bat. Mikey gets high fives all around, and here comes Doyle Kane to step in. Doyle this year a home run and 4 runs batted in, batting .286 as he pops this one up and out of play to the right. So the future Trojan says fight on as he drives one deep to left, and the Cougars have a 1-0 lead. As Doyle trying to follow suit, hits this one in the air towards center. Playable for Anguiano as he charges in and makes the catch, 2 down. Two away for DJ Cougar, 276 so far this season with 4 runs batted in. Cougar back behind the plate again today. Yesterday was the designated hitter, but has been in there the whole way so far this year. Started all 7 games for the Cougars. Started the season on a 5-game hitting streak, but is 0 for his last 7 as he steps in and takes the first pitch away. 1 ball and no strikes. Cougar way ahead here, 3 balls and no strikes. Yesterday had a had a walk in 3 at-bats. Did not have a hit as he takes that pitch for a strike. As Cougar will work a walk, so a runner on here with 2 away for the Cougars. And here's Taft and Hensley. Hensley hitting .321 this year. Yesterday had a 3-run home run in the 8th inning that helped the Cougars get back into a ball game after they were trailing 9-3, made it 9-7. Hit a ball right to about where Mikey Kane hit his today. Has 2 home runs on the year, 11 runs batted in, leads the Cougars in both those categories, or actually he's tied for the lead now in home runs with Mikey Kane. As he grounds this one towards third, Angulo picks it up, will throw it across the diamond. And is 3 steps ahead, and that's the end of the first inning. But the Cougars get a run. They have a 1-0 lead on a solo home run from Mikey Kane, his 2nd of the year, as we head to the 2nd here from Cougar Field.
At Jersey Mike's, we think no sub should be measured in inches long or seconds till served. A sub should be measured in moments, time with friends, lunch breaks unbroken. Every sub is a chance to be great. Every sub should ask the question, am I a sub or am I a sub above? Jersey Mike's, be a sub above.
Second inning we go. Cougars with a 1-0 lead. Perez, Schumacher, and Salgado due up to face Kyle Kopp here in the 2nd. As we go back to work, Perez hitting .314 on the year, a home run and 12 runs batted in for Rio Hondo. As he takes the first pitch down, that's 1 ball and no strikes. Pitch over the heart of the plate for a strike and a fastball from Kopp. So you said Kopp getting his first start of the year against Rio Hondo, second start of the season. His only start this year came in a game against Orange Coast. The Cougars ended up losing 14-12. High-scoring affair here at Cougar Field, as is historically the case. The ball does travel well here. As that one fouled away in the count 2-2. Kopp in that game only got through 2/3 of an inning, gave up 7 hits, 6 runs. Walked a pair, struck out a pair, and gave up a home run in that ball game. So he picked up the loss as the Cougars were down the entire way. And again, we talked about the Cougars having trouble with early inning runs. They gave up 6 in the first in that game, 3 in the third. They had charged their way back, actually, at one point, as they were trailing 9-3. They scored runs in the first, second, third, fourth, the second, third, fourth, fifth, and sixth to get it back within a tight game, but gave up a late run to make it a 2-run game. As the leadoff walk issued, here's Schumacher hitting .400 on the year, 7 RBIs. Keep an eye on the runner at first. Schumacher going to square to bunt. He takes that pitch away. We talked about a lot of bunting over the last few games here at Cougar Field, as we've seen a lot of teams not opposed to it here in the 3C2A, trying to move runners around. It's kind of a lost art in the game of baseball, especially at the higher levels. Don't see a lot of bunting to sacrifice runners over. As the runner in motion, this one chopped into the 5-6 hole. Going to be a tough play for Mikey Kane, and I think he smartly just holds on to it and gives up the infield hit, so it'll put runners on first and second. Kane could have tried to make a throw against Schumacher that time, but I think it would have been late and had the potential to cause problems. So a walk and a hit, and Jordan Salgado coming in. We go back to the conversation about bunting runners around, and that's been something that we've seen a lot of in 3C2A. And like I said, at the higher levels, it's not seen. Analytics have really taken over the game, and they say that a solo home run is better than taking 3 hits to drive a runner around the bases. As Salgado will square to bunt. He'll bunt this one on the ground. Kopp's only play is going to be first. So Salgado does the job, moves runners around on a sacrifice bunt. So 1 away, and Gabriel Rico will come up with 2 runners out in scoring position. And that was a key there, too, for Salgado. Bunting strikes. That's something that a lot of coaches emphasize when trying to bunt the baseball, that oftentimes is missed in terms of how to get that job done properly. And again, it's just something that is a bit of a lost art, as players don't work on it often. Even, it started to trickle down to the high school level, as you don't see teams bunt runners around, move runners around at all. This one hit in the air on the right side. Cutting foul. Gonzalez will make the catch. Runner will tag, but Gonzalez makes a strong throw on a line to make sure that Perez stays at third. And that'll bring 2 away. So a good play from Gonzalez that time, and an interesting play. The ball just shallow enough that it puts Gonzalez in a good spot to make a strong throw. There's some that might say in the game of baseball, on a play like that, you let it drop with the runner on third, depending on how deep it is, because it's just a foul ball. You don't want to trade the out for the run, but in this case, Gonzalez with a smooth play and a strong throw showing off his arm. And that, additionally, as well, will sit in the back of the minds of the Rio Hondo base runners and coaches when a ball is hit out towards Steven Gonzalez out and right on, can we try and challenge him? Anguiano, first pitch swinging, hits it in the air towards left center field, but Hensley drifting over will make the catch. So a walk, a hit, a sacrifice bunt, and 2 fly balls. Kopp gets out of the inning without giving up any damage. We head to the home half of the second, still 1-0 COC.
That's what I do. Because the Rams offense is too good, I take the points. It's a close game. That would be awesome.
Steven Gonzalez, Andy Ambriz, and Alex Ballesteros due up to face Russo here in the second. Gonzalez batting .292 on the year with an RBI, 4 walks and 5 strikeouts as he fouls this one away. This ball hit in the air out to left field and deep. Salgado drifting back and will not be able to make the catch at the wall. It's a solo home run for Steven Gonzalez. And the Cougars, with a pair of solo home runs in the first and the second inning, have a 2-0 lead. First long ball of the year for Gonzalez. Was unsure if Salgado was able to get a hand on it. He reached up for it and could not come up with it, just ran out of room. He looks like he's in a little discomfort out there in left field as well. And so the ball traveling well here at Cougar Field early on. A pair of solo home runs, and Ambriz hits this one out in the air to right field. DeLucas chasing it down will make the catch and near the right field line, one away. So here's Alex Ballesteros. Hitting .346 on the year. As he chops the first pitch up the line, foul. Ballesteros was 4 for 4 against SD Mesa, 2 for 4 yesterday, so red hot right now. He's got 6 hits and 8 at bats. Just 1 extra base hit as he grounds this one towards short. Chavez will pick it up and throw him out at first, 2 away. Here's Jetley Party getting the start today as the designated hitter for Chris Cota. Just his second start of the season, went 1 for 2 against Saddleback. Those have been his only 2 plate appearances of the season as he takes the first pitch down. That's been kind of the struggle for Canyons this year on the offensive side, is filling out that DH spot. They've had a number of different guys rotate as this one grounded towards second. Rico picks it up on 4 hops, throws Lepardi out by about 6 steps, and that'll end the second inning. But the Cougars get a solo home run from Steven Gonzalez, his first of the year, and they have a 2-0 lead as we head to the third here on the Cougar Sports Network.
The right way to top a sub is with real red wine vinegar made from red grapes and no food coloring. And the right way to film it is in slow motion. Obviously. Because authentic ingredients make a sub above.
They're going to double AD and they're going to double bomb. There's no chance they don't. I'm a cooler, man. Anything I bet will go wrong. I got square. I won't even do that. Luke has squares every year. He always asks me, like, Rob, it's a waste of $20. I'll put it down for you. 50 cents. It's $20 a square. He's like, Matt, you want in? And I was like, Rob, no. He's like, why not? I was like, it's a waste of $20. Okay, so for you,
Third inning we go. Chavez, Flores, and DeLucas due up to face Kopp here in the third. First pitch swinging from Chavez, 2-hopper towards short. Kane picks it up and throws it to first to retire him. 1 pitch, 1 out here in the third. There's Flores, 0 for 1, flew out to center. Had extra bases taken away from him, really, on a nice play from Tafton Hensley. Sliding catch out to his left to make the play. Kopp set at the belt, will come with a little spinner on the outside corner for a strike. Kopp works ahead. As we said, Flores, 5:59 coming into today. 8 extra base hits on the season. This one a slow roller, going to be a tough play for Mikey Kane. He picks it up, fires to first, and they say Doyle Kane couldn't keep his foot on the bag as the stretch was just too much off the bag. Chris Cota going to run out to talk to the field umpire to ask about it. Run out, walk out, same thing. Gets an explanation. He's going to go talk to the plate umpire and discuss it. So for the moment, Flores is safe at first on what would be an error on Mikey Kane for the high throw as it pulled Doyle off. And they're going to call the runner out. The umpires discuss it. And, of course, that's going to bring Mike Salazar marching over. And Salazar's argument, if I can read body language correctly, is how quickly the field umpire said no, he pulled his foot off the bag on the initial play. And so long discussion here. We'll see how far Salazar takes this. Flores still standing over there near first base. And I mean, it's a rarity to see a call changed during a ball game when a coach marches out to talk to an umpire. I think it would be an absolute rarity to see it changed twice if it happened. Is this a long discussion between Mike Salazar and the field umpire? And that's going to end the discussion. So 6-3, the recorded out. And it was a close play, and I'm not sure. I mean, it's hard to tell from where we are. It looked like Doyle was able to keep his foot on the bag, but field umpire has a better position on it. The fact that the call was changed is interesting in itself, as maybe the plate umpire had a different perspective and they discussed it. So here comes DeLucas, who's hit by a pitch in his only plate appearance today, with 2 away. That one hit out to right on a line. Gonzalez initially came in, he overran it in, and that gets over his head back to the wall. DeLucas into second base with a stand-up double. So DeLucas with a 2-out. Double over the head of Steven Gonzalez, who read it initially as a play that was going to fall closer in front of him, kind of took 2 steps in, and then immediately recognized his misread, tried to chase it down back over his head and could not get to it. So DeLucas in scoring position for Angulo here with 2 away. Outfield straight away. Normal depth, infield on a normal position here as well. So Kopp will keep an eye on DeLucas here, who keeps inching out further, and Kopp will come with a breaking pitch on over the heart of the plate for a strike. Angulo grounded a short last time up. Kopp another off-speed pitch, and that time Angulo out in front of it fouls it into the glove of Cougar, and it's 0-2. Kopp takes his time, gets the one he wants, very deliberate up on the rubber. Check back at DeLucas at second base. Comes to the plate with a fastball on the outside. It just misses. Cougar held it there for an extra half second. And the count 1-2. Set at the belt. Will come to the plate on the 1-2 pitch. This one hit towards Ballesteros at second. Scoops it up off the dirt and throws Angulo out. 4-3, the recorded out. A 2-out double doesn't hurt Kyle Kopp. We head to the home half of the 3rd inning. 2-0 Canyons here on the Cougar Sports Network.
The restaurant and hotel business is the 2nd largest industry in the state of California. Opportunities in such a vibrant career are a click away at College of the Canyons.
It teaches you how to work with people, how to motivate people, how to manage people, how to lead people. And those qualities are so in demand in whatever industry we choose to go into.
COC can get you started on a journey into hotel and restaurant management today.
Top of the order due up for the Cougars here in the third, as Camacho will get things started. Ryan 0 for 1, grounded to second his first at bat. Camacho, as we said, was on a 6-game hitting streak as he hits this one right back up the middle for a base hit. Camacho on, the leadoff runner aboard for the Cougars here in the third. So Camacho on, and Mikey Kane, who had a solo home run in the first, come up with nobody out and a runner on. Kane takes the first pitch over for a strike. Mikey, of course, Mikey and Doyle Kane, of course, sons of longtime track and field and cross-country coach Lindy Kane, who's sitting over here watching her boys off to our left. As Mikey shows bunt, Camacho way off, and he's back in time as he slid around the tag at first. He was dead to rights at first base on a good throw from Flores, and Perez just could not lay the tag on him, as Camacho went with the swim move to get back to first, and the count 1-1. And actually, the count nothing, it's 2, as they called that last pitch a strike. So it's 0-2 here to Mikey Kane. And now Flores is going to step out to signal the defense, and Mike Salazar going to march back out of the dugout to go talk to the field umpire once again. This is the second conversation with them here in this third inning. So we'll go back to work on an 0-2 count. As it looks like the conversation this time a little less intense, certainly quicker. So we went on the 0-2 pitch to Mikey Kane. Camacho stays put, and Paul misses away, so it's 1-2. Cougars this year have not attempted a stolen base at all this season. So not likely to run. And certainly that last play was a play that was on, as Kane laces this one out to left for a base hit. So Mikey 2 for 2, and the Cougars cooking here in the third with runners on first and second after back-to-back hits to open the inning. And here comes Doyle Kane. However, Mikey and Doyle missed the first 4 games of the year. Doyle 4 for his last 10. It's 4 for 14 on the year, and that's going to bring a visit to the mound, that hit from Mikey Kane. As Joe Willis gonna come out to talk to Joseph Russo here. As Russo just has not looked settled really since the first inning. Granted, it's only given up 2 runs. But he's given up a few hits here in this inning, walked a few throughout the game, so maybe not the start they expected for him, and it gives some extra time for the Rio Hondo bullpen to get working. Russo in his only start went 4 innings against San Diego Mesa. Gave up 8 hits and 3 runs in that ball game. Looks like Christian Tinnen out getting loose. So Doyle Kane steps in, 0 for 1, flew to center, and is only at bat back in the first as he shows bunt, puts it on the ground. Only play is going to be to first base for Angulo as he'll throw Doyle Kane out, so Kane moves the runners over as he gives himself up. So sacrifice bunt, and DJ Cougar stepping in. Kane showed bunt late on that one, and almost like he was bunting for a base hit. Had a lot of pace on it, but he put it right in the perfect spot as Angulo was the only one that could make the play, had to charge, and that frees up Camacho to get to third base cleanly as Cougar now steps in and takes the pitch away for a ball. DJ walked in his only plate appearance back in the first. DJ 1 for 5 with a triple against Rio Hondo in that 8-6 loss. Chance to try and drive in a couple here. He's ahead in the count, 2 balls and no strikes. It's Russo's pitch over on the outside corner for a strike. Came with a fastball that time. The count 2-1. Pitch down in the dirt. So Russo just misses down, trying to get Cougar to chase something out of the zone. And he falls behind here, 3-1. Breaking pitch over. Good pitch that time from Russo to get himself to a full count. So this is where the Cougars struggled yesterday in that 8th inning after they had put up 4 runs, had runners on second and third with 1 away. Chance to try and tie the game up and could not push 2 runs across. Trying to open this one up here as Cougar hits this one in the air out to deep right or left center field. Charging in is Angulo as he got back behind it, but it's a sacrifice fly for Cougar as it brings home Camacho, and the Cougars add another. This is a 3-0 lead for Cougar, his 5th RBI of the year. As he drives home 1. Tafton Hensley steps in with a runner in scoring position out at second base and 2 away. So a 3-0 lead for Canyons. And And Hensley, who's been good this year and has flashed power a number of times. It's a couple of home runs this season. It's 5 extra base hits. He's driven in 11 runs so far this year, so Tafton's certainly a guy that can pick up RBIs when given the opportunity, and he's got one out there for him should he be able to drive a pitch, and he's got a hitter's count here, 2 balls and no strikes. That pitch misses away. And now 3-0, and we'll see if Chris Kono gives Hensley the green light to swing at one that he likes, but you're looking 1 pitch, 1 spot. As it's a 4-pitch walk to Hensley. Brings another visit out to the mound, and I think that's going to bring a pitching change here. Second walk of the ball game issued by Russo, and that will indeed end his day as Christian Tinnin will come in to take over. We'll step aside for a second, clean up the stats, continue on here in the third. So Christian Tinnin to take over and try and hold the score at 3-0 as Steven Gonzalez will be the batter when we get ready to go back to work. Tinnin this year in 3 appearances is 1-0, 7 innings pitched, has given up 10 hits, 4 runs, all of them earned, walked a couple, struck out 4, and an ERA of 5.14 this year. As opposing hitters hitting .333 against him. The book not quite completely closed on Russo. Goes 2 2/3, gives up 4 hits, 3 runs with 2 runners responsible out there. Or he's responsible for out there. Walked a pair, didn't strike anybody out. The sophomore right-hander Christian Tinnin out of Diamond Bar, California, going to come in to take over. So 2 on here for Steven Gonzalez with 2 away. Gonzalez, a solo home run in the 2nd inning. Cougars a pair of home runs in the ball game. Now as a team this year have 7 home runs. Coming into today's game, 12th in the state in home runs as a unit with 5. Add 2 more. As Gonzalez hits another one in the air. This one, though, playable in center field. as it hangs up for Anguino. And the Cougars push one across here in the third, so runs in the first, second, and third for Canyons. They've got a 3-0 lead as we head to the fourth. Well, Coda controls it. Fourth inning we go. Kopp back out there for the fourth as Joshua Perez, Dylan Schumacher, and Jordan Salgado will go to work. Perez walked in his only at bat. Kopp has been solid through 3 so far, his best outing of the year. He gets this one chopped foul, and he's ahead in the count 1-2. This one lined out to right for a base hit. So the leadoff runner aboard as Joshua Perez gets on. His first hit of the game. And here comes Dylan Schumacher, the designated hitter, who had a single in the second. In the second, Perez walked, Schumacher got a hit, and then Kopp retired the next 3 batters to stay out of trouble. He falls behind here to Schumacher. That one misses away. He's behind 2-0, and this has kind of been the problem for Canyons this year. As you look for Kopp, his longest outing against San Diego Mesa, picked up the win in that one, went 4 innings in relief, and was solid. But for the Cougars this year, it's kind of been a couple of times through the lineup and then looking to the bullpen to get through. As this one hit in the air towards center field, Hensley drifts in, makes the catch. 1 away, so Kopp gets Schumacher to fly to center. And Jordan Salgado, who sacrificed runners around back in the second, will come up. So Salgado still hitting .448 on the year. Runner not in motion. First pitch over for a strike. Salgado against Canyons last time had a hit in 3 at-bats, and it was a solo home run. So try and take a look down and go to that Rio Hondo game, figure out where that came. This ball hit in the air towards left in foul ground. There's lots of room out there, but Camacho's not going to be able to chase it down as it just drifts away from him. And it's 0-2. For Salgado, the solo home run came in the 3rd. Pair of solo home runs for Rio Hondo in that game. Cougars have a pair of solo home runs here today and have a 3-0 lead as we're in the 4th inning. 2-strike count here on Salgado. As the runner leads away from first, Kopp to the plate. This one grounded past Alex Ballesteros for a base hit. They're going to try and send Perez to third. The throw from Gonzalez is in time to cut down Perez. And into second base is Salgado. Heads up to get himself into second, but a great throw from Gonzalez out and right. Cuts down the runner at third base. And it's twice today Gonzalez has shown off the arm. So 9-5 the out on Perez. It's a single for Salgado, and Gabriel Rico will step in with a runner in scoring position and 2 away. The defense flashing early here for Canyons. We've seen a sliding catch to take away extra bases in the first by Taft and Hensley. A strong throw from Steven Gonzalez to cut down Joshua Perez at third after the base hit just a few seconds ago from Salgado. Couple that with Kyle Kopp looking very comfortable out there on the mound, even with traffic on. And a 3-0 lead for Canyons. Solid start all in all for Chris Coda's side as Kopp on the rubber weights. Comes to the plate on a 1-0 pitch, or no 1 pitch and misses up, so it's 1-1. That one misses just up, maybe a little bit over the letters of Rico, and it's 2-1. It was interesting on that last play from Perez. We talked about it in the first, or actually it was in the second, I believe, with Perez at third on a shallow fly ball and foul ground to right. Perez actually held up at third base as Gonzalez made a strong throw, and that time Gonzalez was actually kind of running the wrong direction back in the second inning as he made the catch drifting towards the first base dugout and still was able to stop up and make a solid throw through a strike to the plate to DJ Cougar. So it's interesting that time that they challenge him on a clean base hit to right, where Gonzalez had a chance to charge it, pick it up, and fire it to third. As this one hit out into left field, Camacho backpedaling will make the catch. And so Kopp goes 4 clean, gives up a couple of hits but doesn't allow a run. We head to the home half of the 4th inning, still 3-0 Canyons.
Yeah, they're both good. I mean, there's no problem. But I do go home quite a bit.
Home half of the fourth we go. Cougars will send up Ambrose, Ballesteros, and Lipardi to face Tinnin.
Actually, it was my second one. Still 17. I did like 2 that just now here. Don't worry, I wasn't far off out of high school. I was a few years into college. Actually, no, that was my second stint in college, so I was way further up in 27. Never mind. We were having a whole
One on one here to Ambrose, who's 0 for 1 today. Flew to right field in his only at bat. So this one lined out to center field for a base hit by Ambrose. And so the Cougars with the leadoff runner aboard here in the fourth. So Ambrose's first hit of the ball game. The Cougar lineup is turning things over quite well here today. This is the third time through the order as Ballesteros, who's 0 for 1, grounded to short in his only at bat, will step in. And it's not as though the lineup has not been there for Canyons this year. They've scored runs in bunches this season. It's just they've come up short in games. And they've given up early runs and put themselves in deep holes. You talk about the Saddleback game, we're down big early on. Same thing in the second Saddleback game. Had to battle back against Orange Coast, ended up losing that game 14-12. And that was the game that we were in the 7th inning in the middle of an at-bat when the home plate umpire decided that that was the last inning. We weren't going any further, and it kind of changed the complexion of the game. The Cougars were charging back at that point. Put up 6 against Rio Hondo in a loss. Beat San Diego Mesa 8-3, and then of course had 7 yesterday. So it's not like they're not scoring runs. It's just a matter of can they keep runs off the board. So far have done that today and have added to their lead in each of the first 3 innings with runs in the first, second, and third. Ballesteros there takes that pitch away. He's ahead in the count, 2 balls and no strikes. So Rio Hondo thinking Canyons might try and move Ambrose around. Has Angulo kind of trotting in from third base each time, and now Ballesteros will show bunt early here. He'll slash, and that pitch misses away, and it's 3-0. See if Chris Cota has anything on. So we get on the 3-0 pitch. No. Ballesteros taking all the way, and it's 3-1. This one hit towards short. Picked up by Chavez to second for 1, on to first in a 6-4-3 double play. So a good pitch from Tinnin that time. As Ballesteros hit it right at Chavez. Made for an easy double play. Just the fourth double play against this year for the Cougars. As Lepardi comes up and knocks one into center field for a base hit. So a 2-out single. It'll bring us back to the top of the order with Ryan Camacho, who got a single in his last at-bat. Coming up, Camacho singled and scored. In the third inning. Trying to continue a little 2-out rally for the Cougars here in the fourth. It's 3-0 Canyons. A solo home run from Mikey Kane in the first, a solo home run from Steven Gonzalez in the second, and a sacrifice fly ball from DJ Cougar in the third. Have staked Kyle Kopp to a 3-0 lead, and the Cougars trying to add to it again with 2 away here and a runner on. After the Lepardi single, Ambrose led the inning off with a hit, but then Ballesteros grounded into the 6-4-3 double play. As Camacho fouls this one away off to the right, count 2-1. Pitch misses down, and it's 3-1 here to Camacho. Good cut on that one, but just missed it, fouled it away. And the count is full, so Lepardi will go in motion here with 2 away in the fourth. Camacho fouls it away, so we'll battle here with Tenen and Camacho in the fourth inning and 2 outs on a 3-2 count. The wind has picked up a bit here, swirling around at Cougar Field, but boy, is it a beautiful day for baseball here in February. That pitch called strike 3 at the knees on the outside corner, and that'll end the inning. So the Cougars get a pair of hits in the inning, but can't push a run across. We head to the fifth. It's still 3-0 Canyons.
I didn't know they were having Hancock in Mesa, like a little mini tournament thing. Where'd Mesa play yesterday, the other day? Was that why they played at Valencia High School? I saw they had a game at Valencia High School. No, it's a trip for Mesa, so they want to get as many games in up here as they can. Huh? I think they all did. Well, yeah, Coda was over there with for a half hour, 45 minutes chatting. It makes sense. They probably travel around each year because somebody hosts it. Gotta get it in, right? Because it used to, Coda used to make them go up to like San Francisco. They still do it. Walking out there forever. I remember having to go up there with the team trainers. Cool wave.
Caught back out there for the 5th. Guiano, Chavez, and Flores due up. This will be the 3rd time through the lineup for Kyle Kopp. Cougars do have somebody in the bullpen. First pitch swinging in. Guiano lines it to right, but it's drifting and slices foul. Cougars with an arm up in the bullpen. Looks like it's Josh Usfan trying to get himself loose. As the lefty out of Stevenson Ranch appears to be the next up. Should Kopp get into trouble? As the 0-1 pitch fouled away off and to the right, and it's 0-2. Three 0 Canyons as they a pair of solo home runs and a sacrifice fly with runs in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. Mikey Kane, Steven Gonzalez, and DJ Cougar driving in the runs. Of course, Kane and Gonzalez the solo shots. Both out to left field, just maybe 50 feet apart on each side of the scoreboard. So this ball grounded towards 3rd. Ambrose cuts it off, makes a strong throw to 1st, and 1 down here in the 5th inning. We've seen the defense today for Canyons flash the leather a bit. Tafton Hensley took away extra bases from Rafael Flores in the 1st inning. Steven Gonzalez with a couple of strong throws. One to cut down Joshua Perez at 3rd last inning. It's the first pitch over for a strike as Steven Chavez 0 for 2 steps in. This one hit down the line and left, hooking foul. So we'll come back to the plate at a 1-2 pin or 1-2 count to Steven Chavez. Kopp to the plate on a 1-2 pitch, fouled off to the right. Remember, triple header today on the Cougar Sports Network. Basketball starting at 3 p.m. The men in action against Citrus, and then the women around 5 o'clock tonight against Citrus. Both of those games very important. That one swung on and missed. First strikeout of the day for Kyle Kopp. Two down here in the 5th. As here's Rafael Flores. As here's Flores, who's 0 for 2. Had extra bases taken away from him in the 1st. Grounded to short and 3rd on a play that, as this one popped up behind the plate, Cougar has room, will make the catch, and that will end the inning. So Kopp gets through 5, sets down the side in order. We head to the home half of the 5th. Still 3-0 Canyons.
Anytime we used to go. Anytime we used to go, what we purchased tickets or whatever, it doesn't matter. We call my buddy Kyle. You guys here? He'd be like, yeah, we're here. He's like, where are you? I was like, we're at 208. He's like, all right, coming down to get you. And he'd bring like 3 tickets and he'd hand you the tickets and we'd go in, we'd go up. I had I played hockey with the PR guy. Steve Renner. The PR guy. His kid Danny and I played hockey together forever. And Danny's godfather was Tommy. So for 1 year of Danny's birthday, we all got to go hang out with Tommy for like an hour. Because when he was managing the night, so Tommy's in his gear, his Dodgers shirt, his white pants, sitting there telling us stories. We're all 9, 8, 9, and I didn't know. I look back and I go, that was something cool. Well, it's Tommy, so he's got a bunch of 8-year-olds in there. They're, we don't know. We're running around, kind of having to listen to them a little bit. It's just, you don't care. You tell the story.
Mikey Kane, Doyle Kane, and DJ Cougar due up here to face Tinnin in the 5th as Kane swings at the first pitch and fouls it away. Mikey 2 for 2, a solo home run and a single in the 1st and the 3rd. Kane now with two home runs, 7 runs batted in on the season. As that one hits Mikey in the shoulder. So Mikey's been on 3 times today, and the leadoff runner again aboard for the Cougars here in the 5th. Third straight inning, the Cougars have had the leadoff runner aboard. So here's Doyle Kane. 0 for 1, sacrificed runners over in the 3rd, flew out to center in the 1st. So Doyle trying to get something going once again. Hit the leadoff spot for his first few games back. He's at 4 for his last 11 now. Still has found a way to get on base at times. Misses that one away. The count 1-2. This one chopped back up the middle. Stepping on second is Rico, and over to first, and a 4-3 double play. That's just unfortunate. Doyle didn't get enough on that one to get it out into center field, as it was right on the second base bag when Rico stepped on it and picked it up. So 2 down. So second time the Cougars have hit into a double play today. DJ Cougar coming up has an RBI in 2 plate appearances, but has not had a qualified at-bat as he walked and sacrificed a run home. Heading the count here against Tinnin. So we're in the 5th. So this one hit in the air out towards right. DeLucas has a play on it. And he'll make the catch, and that'll end the inning. So we head to the 6th. It's still 3-0 Canyons here from Cougar Field. DeLucas, Angulo, and Perez due up here to face Kopp, who comes back out for the 6th. Kopp has been solid today, has only given up 4 hits in the ball game. As this is his deepest outing of the year, is that one over for a strike. The count 1-1. Grounded towards second base. Ballesteros will pick it up on a big hop, stops and fires to first. Just in time, 1 away. Angulo 0 for 2 today. He's grounded out a couple of times. He shows bunt as Rio Hondo trying to get anything going here. Trailing 3-0 in the 6th inning. Only 4 hits for them in the ball game, and have had a couple of opportunities to try and drive in runs with runners in scoring position. Just haven't been able to push anything across. This Kopp's pitch misses on the inner half, and it's 2-0. One fouled away. Gulo way ahead here, so Kopp falls behind 3-0. Angulo going to be called back to the plate with a strike, and it's 3-2. Angulo with hits in 8 straight so far this year. Had a hit in his only at-bat against Canyons, and it was a solo home run, and make it 9 straight as he lines that one out to center field on a 3-2 pitch. 1 out, a runner aboard as Joseph Angulo with a 9-game hitting streak now finds his way to first. Here's Joshua Perez. Perez now has hit safely in 4 straight and has reached safely in every game so far this year as he swings at the first pitch and lines it foul. Whereas the only game he did not have a hit in was against Canyons, but he did walk and got a run batted in as he walked home the run. Actually, sacrificed home run, excuse me, as I read down the thing correctly, but did walk in that game, so he's reached safely in all 9 so far this year. So he's got a hit and a walk today. He's behind in the count, 0-2. That one over on the inside corner for a strike. And Perez down on strikes, 2nd strikeout of the day for Kopp. 2 away here in the 6th. And Dylan Schumacher stepping in. Schumacher 1 for 2 today as he hits this one out in the air to right. Gonzalez makes the catch over his shoulder, leaning off. He actually caught it over the right shoulder as he was drifting back as it was hooking towards the line. But he makes a clean play, and that'll end the inning. We head to the home half of the 6th, and the Cougars still with a 3-0 lead. Home half of the 6th, Hensley, Gonzalez, and Ambrose due up. Cougars still with a 3-0 lead. They've gotten 6 solid from Kyle Kopp here today. So they'd love to add to his lead here in the 6th. We'll see how deep Kopp is going to go. As Hensley hits this one in the air to right. DeLucas coming in will call off Rico and make the catch. Cougars still have Josh Usfan out there just staying loose at this point. imagine the rope for Kyle Kopp here going into the 7th is a short one. As Gonzalez lifts this one in the air towards center field. It looks like the shortstop Chavez is going to have the play on it as it's just off the infield dirt. And so a pair of pop-ups as Tinnen has been solid since coming in to take over for Russo in the 3rd. Has retired 7 of the 10 batters he's faced so far, but has not given up a run, has only given up a couple of hits. And one of those base runners, a hit by pitch. He's retired 4 straight as he faces Ambrose, who had a hit against him in the 4th. So Ambrose can't check his swing and is behind in the count, 1-2. So Tinnen sits down the side in order as he strikes out Ambrose. Second strikeout of the game for Tinnen. We head to the 7th inning here from Cougar Field. Still 3-0 College of the Canyons.
If our turkey had a resume, it would say it's 99% fat-free, filler-free, and raised without antibiotics. But our turkey already has its dream job at Jersey Mike's. Premium meat makes a sub above.
You guys would like to know that. I know you're chatting about when the lefty showed up. Chatting about road trips, which is all good. I feel you. So Copper goes 6.
So the Cougars will come with a new arm here in the 7th inning. Josh Usfan will come in to take over. As Kopp goes 6 strong, gives up 5 hits, but doesn't allow a run, strikes out 2, walks 1. As Usfan is getting his 3rd appearance of the year, has gone 4 2/3. An ERA of 5.79. He's given up 3 hits, 5 runs. Just 3 of those runs earned. It's walked 5 and struck out 6. And has an 0-1 record on the season as he did pick up a loss in one of those 2 appearances. Is he'll face Salgado, Rico, and Anguiano here in the Rio Hondo 7th. It's the first pitch to Salgado, lifted out in the air to left, an easy play for Ryan Camacho, 1 down.
I will say, if you're going to go up there, if it's way out of the way, but if you go up there anytime at all, like during the year, McCall is actually very nice. That's where the junior team plays. It's on a lake. It's really nice. It's pretty area. It's just way out there. Nothing.
So this ball lifted in the air to right field, playable for Gonzalez. and 2 flyouts here in the 7th inning for 2 away. So Anguiano will step in with 2 outs. Yusfan has used 3 pitches to get 2 batters. Fouled away. Count 1-1 to Anguiano. Anguiano 0 for 2 today. This ball lifted in the air to right. Gonzalez camped under it, will make the catch. So 3 flyouts here in the 7th inning. As Yusfan comes in, works a clean inning. We head to the home half. As it's stretch time here from Cougar Field. COC with a 3-0 lead.
Because it's just so windy back up there. We're just like, fuck it, let's just go. Yeah, we were so tired. I was like, I want 2 more days home before I can go back. We like to cruise the way to go. Yep, 37. I saw him up in the bullpen. I just haven't gotten to writing it down.
So Blake Johnson comes in to take over as Christian Tinnen goes 3 1/3 innings, doesn't give up a run. As he only gave up 2 hits in those 3 2/3. Struck out a pair. Didn't walk anybody. So solid outing as Blake Johnson will come in to take over in the 7th. Johnson 1-0 this year in 2 appearances. 7 1/3 innings pitched is an ERA of 0. Has walked 6, struck out 10, given up a couple of hits and a run, but an unearned run. To face Ballesteros, Lepardi, and Camacho. Ballesteros 0 for 2, grounded to short, grounded into a double play. Trying to start things off for the Cougars here in the 7th. That one over for a strike. The count 2-2. Ballesteros, as we said, 6 hits in his last 8 at-bats coming in. He hits this one in the air towards center field, but it's going to hang up long enough for Anguiano to come up with the play as he makes the catch, 1 down. Serge Jetley Party had a hit in the 4th inning. His 2nd hit of the season, now hitting .667, 2 for 3 on the year. Just his 4th at-bat of the season. He swings the first pitch, a chopper that's fielded by Johnson and sent it to first. 2 down. So we go back to the top of the order. Ryan Camacho, who's got a hit today. Scored a run back in the 3rd inning. Camacho has a hit in seven of 8 games so far this year. Snapped a 6-game hitting streak against Hancock yesterday. So high to the count, 0-1 as he faces Johnson. That pitch misses down. Johnson did not pitch against Canyons last time out. His win came in relief against Citrus, and a 9-7 win, went 4 innings, gave up a hit and a run, but it was an unearned run. In that game, he had 5 walks and 6 strikeouts. Quite the line against Citrus. Had 4 strikeouts and a walk in the 13-6 win over 3 innings against Antelope Valley back on January 28th. So, very live arm, not a lot of balls put in play against him. It's the count 2-2 to Camacho as that one misses away. And it's a full count with 2 away here in the 7th inning. Cougars still holding a 3-0 lead. All 3 of those runs, single runs in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. Solo home runs for Mikey Kane and Steven Gonzalez, and a sacrifice fly from DJ Cougar that scored Ryan Camacho, who singles out to right field with a base hit. So Camacho 2 hits in the ball game, and here comes Mikey Kane, who's 2 for 2 and has been on all 3 times today as he got hit by a pitch in his last at-bat. Or last plate appearance, we should say, back in the 5th. So the Canyons trying to add their lead here. As Camacho gets something started with 2 outs. As Camacho again well off first base, and this time he's picked off. As a good snap throw from Flores gets him, so it'll leave Kane at the plate. Camacho picked off. We head to the 8th inning. Still 3-0 Canyons.
Yeah, because it was just Dave. It wasn't anything else. My parents and my brother were out for the Switzerland portion. We just didn't. And if you ever did like a company get the train pass, you just take the train. Pay for the upgraded first class seats, and just ride the train. It's awesome.
Fan out here back for the 8th as he'll face the top of the order Chavez, Flores, and DeLucas. So Cougars holding a 3-0 lead. Fan with another good pitch, that time on the inside corner, catches Chavez looking. Chavez 0 for 3 today, struck out, grounded out, and softly lined to second. As he hits this one in the air to left, but playable for Camacho charging in. Will make an easy catch, 1 out. Here's Flores, 0 for 3 today. Flores had extra bases in the first, if not for a great play from Tafton Hensley. He's another guy riding a 9-game hitting streak, or an 8-game hitting streak, we should say. But so far does not have a hit here in the 8th, and this may be his last time around. Trying to get something started for Rio Hondo. Swung on and missed by Flores. This one hit in the air to left, and it's going to get into the, I think it might have hit the tree out there in left field and came down. So it's 2-2 here to Flores. Fan's pitch misses up, so it's a full count here. Fan's been good in his first inning. So this one hit hard to left field, and that one's a no-doubter. Well out of here as it's a solo home run for Flores. He extends his hitting streak to 9. And he gets Rio Hondo on the board here in the 8th with a solo shot off Fan. His 4th of the year. I guess the positive out of that is you'll take it. It's a solo job in the 8th inning. So you've limited Flores' opportunities with runners on as you've gotten Chavez out all 4 times he's come to the plate as a pinch hitter here for Daniel DeLucas. Is Rio Hondo going to send George Sonora to the plate? Get his first at-bat of the season. first plate appearance of the season here in the 8th. Sonoris hits this one towards short. Kane knocks it down, picks it up, fires to first in time. Didn't field it cleanly, but made the play. And flashed a little bit of that arm, and that's why Mikey headed to USC. Flashed the leather a few times today, makes a nice throw that time, and 2 down, and here's Joseph Angulo, who had a hit in his last at-bat. Angulo 1 for 3 today. So it took 8 innings for Alan Hancock to get their first, or excuse me, for Rio Hondo to get their first run on the board. Sorry, Hancock's actually waiting off to our right. As we looked and saw the ball fouled off to the right. They're actually going to play San Diego Mesa here at Cougar Field after this one. But so it took 8 innings for Rio Hondo to find a run. It was a solo home run from Flores. And with 2 away, Angulo facing Yusfan. And the count is 2-2. Swung on and missed. First strikeout for Yusfan. As he gives up a solo home run, but that's it as we head to the home half of the 8th inning. It's 3-1 Canyons here on the Cougar Sports Network. So the Canes and then DJ Cougar due up here to face Johnson in the 8th inning. Mikey 2 for 2, hit by a pitch, has a solo home run way back in the 1st, and has made a few nice plays out in the field as well as he fouls this one off to the right. ahead in the count here, 2-1. So Mikey staying in Southern California, if you're just joining us, committed to USC. As he gets hit for the second time today, that one right in the middle of his back. The leadoff runner aboard here in the 8th. And here comes Doyle Kane. Mikey took his time getting down to first that time. It hit him right in the number 7. Doyle today, no hits and 2 at bats, grounded into a double play as Mikey in motion this time, and that'll keep the Cougars out of the double play as a chopper towards Chavez, who will throw out Doyle Kane, 1 away. Mikey moves up to second base. So 1 down, DG Cougar coming up, 0 for 1 today, has a sacrifice fly ball that drove in Ryan Camacho back in the 3rd inning. And a walk as well. He's got a runner in scoring position with 1 out as Mikey Kane stands at second base. It's one of the rare times we've seen the Cougars put a runner in motion this season, as they have yet to really even attempt a stolen base. And that time with a little run and hit on. Just trying to stay out of the double play. It's Johnson ahead here against Cougar. Lost that one inside and high, and Cougar just able to get out of the way. This one grounded towards first. That'll move Mikey Kane up 90 feet, but it's an easy play for Perez, who picks it up as it was right off the hands of Cougar. So 2 down, Taft and Hensley coming up. As Tafton today 0 for 2, walked, grounded to 3rd and flew out. As he swings at the first pitch and chops it foul. Hensley takes that pitch inside. That's the second time in this inning that Johnson's kind of lost one to his arm side. As he faces Hensley here. Hensley, no hits today. Takes that pitch down. Flores able to keep that one in front. Hensley right now working on a 6-game hitting streak. like to make it 7 here and bring home Mikey Kane, give the Cougars a little cushion going into the 9th. As with 2 away, he takes the pitch up, and the count 3-1. Steven Gonzalez waiting on deck, who has a solo home run today. That one almost hits Hensley, but it misses on the inside, so a 2-out walk. So here comes Gonzalez, 1 for 3 today. Steven with his first home run of the year back in the 2nd inning. And the first pitch misses down as Johnson got the first 2 batters. Or got, the second 2 batters of the inning. You got Doyle Kane and DJ Cougar after he hit Mikey Kane and then walked Taft and Hensley. So the Cougars without a hit in the inning, but have runners on the corners with 2 away. So the runner in motion, and the Cougars have their first stolen base of the year. Taft and Hensley down to second. And maybe I think at that point the Cougars were thinking maybe let's try and steal one here, but Hensley straight steal and in standing up. So now 2 runs out there for Gonzalez with 2 away, and this is where the Cougars had trouble yesterday, and they're just going to give Gonzalez the base on balls. So they'll move the bases loaded, and they'll opt to face Ambrose. So an intentional walk issued to Gonzalez. And we'll reset the count with Ambrose, who's got a hit and 3 at-bats today. And the base is loaded full of Cougars. Again, this is where the Cougars had trouble yesterday. Had 2 outs and 2 on. Couldn't push a run across in the 8th inning. You'd certainly love to push 1 or 2 across right now and extend your lead going into the 9th. As Ambrose takes the pitch. Ambrose way ahead here against Johnson, 2-0. A really important spot here in the 8th. Cougars trying to add. Johnson trying to keep it as a 2-run game. Florida is going to go out to talk to him here. Moment, looks like Josh Yosefan will come back out. It's outside of the solo home run against last inning by Flores. Really hasn't had the ball hit hard against him in his 2 innings of work. So the Cougars have gotten it done on the mound so far today. And the offense has given them just enough run support, but a chance to add a few more here. So it's 2-0 to Ambrose. Johnson gets himself settled. 2-0 pitch right over the plate for a strike, and it's 2-1. That one down, and the pitch 3-1. So it's 3-1 here to Ambrose. So now Johnson needs to get one over. That one in for a strike and the count full, so the runners will be put in motion here on a 3-2 pitch with 2 outs in the 8th inning and the bases loaded full of Cougars. Runners move. Johnson's pitch swung on and missed, and he gets himself out of the jam, so the Cougars leave the bases loaded here in the 8th. We head to the 9th inning. It's a 2-run ball game here from Cougar Field. Perez, Schumacher, and Salgado up here in the 9th as they'll face Fan, who's trying to work into his 3rd inning. One over for a strike as the Cougars clinging to a 2-run lead. As they got all 3 of their runs in the first 3 innings. Have been held off the board since and have only given up 1 run. That came in the 8th. Xavier Stoker up in the bullpen getting work for the Cougars as this one fouled off to the right. Count 2-2 here to Perez, who's got a hit and 2 at-bats. So 3-2 pitch here to Perez, and he works a leadoff walk. So the leadoff runner aboard here for Rio Hondo in the 9th. So here comes Schumacher, who has a hit and 2 at-bats. And they're going to run for Perez. Jonathan Zarate going to come into pinch run. So he'll run run for Perez. First pitch to Schumacher, over for a strike. Zarate this year does not have a stolen base. As this one hit out in the air to right center field. That'll get down for a base hit all the way back to the wall. They're going to send Zarate from first. The relay throw to the plate, not in time. He will score. It's a one-run ball game on an RBI double from Schumacher with nobody out. So it's taken a while for Rio Hondo to get going here. And now they've got a runner in scoring position with nobody out as Yusufan gives up a walk and a double. As Zarate scores from first on the double. Looks like Stoker's ready down in the bullpen. An extra arm getting loose as well for the Cougars. I'm not sure what Rio Hondo's delaying on here. As I think they're going to run for Schumacher. Actually, no, it looks like they're going to hit for Jordan Salgado here as he's going to take his batting gloves off. And they're going to hit for him with Matt Herrera, who does not have an at-bat this year, does not have a plate appearance this year. And I believe that's going to prompt a pitching change for the Cougars. Yusufan is going to be lifted, and it looks like Xavier Stoker is going to come in to try and finish this one out. It's a one-run ball game here in the ninth. So for Yusufan, he gets through the 7th and the 8th, gives up 2 runs on a couple of hits, walked 1, struck out 1, and he's responsible for the runner at second base. Pinch hitter here in the 9th was going to be Herrera, then he'll be canceled, it looks like, and they'll have Diego Flores instead hit. So they burn Herrera to prompt the pitching change and then go back to Flores. A little game within the game, as they did not want Salgado to hit against Yusufan. So there's actually a pinch runner here as well for Schumacher at second base, as Aaron Gutierrez at second base. And Herrera gets burned. And instead it's going to be Flores here. So instead it's Flores, who's hitting 154 on the year, 4 hits and 26 at bats. As he takes the first pitch outside for a ball. Big spot for Flores with a tying run at second base and Stoker up there as this one grounded towards second. Ballesteros picks it up, makes the throw, 1 down here in the 9th, but Flores gets the job done as he moves the runner over. So now the tying run 90 feet away as Gabriel Rico in there with 1 down. Stoker pitched yesterday. So comes back on short rest. Went 2 2/3 yesterday, gave up a couple of runs on a couple of hits, walked 1. So far this year, Xavier Stoker's ERA 10.29 in 7 innings. Has given up 12 hits, 12 runs, 8 earned. He's trying to close this one out. This one bunted up the first base line and foul is trying for the squeeze. It's Mike Salazar putting a play on here with Gutierrez over at third. And of course with the runner on third base, we look for Stoker, and he's had 1 wild pitch this year. So the tying run 90 feet away, 2 strikes against Rico. Stoker's pitch swung on and missed as he sets down Rico on 3 pitches. That's a big strikeout with 2 away now. Nolan Anguiano will step in. Rio Hondo down to their final out. So Stoker trying to finish it off. Anguiano 0 for 3 today, has flown out a couple of times and grounded out. It's 2 balls and no strikes. Want to get Anguiano, as you do not want to give Chavez and Flores the chance to hit here in the 9th. As at some point those guys are going to burn you for more. As that pitch just misses inside. And it's 3-0 here to Anguiano. So Stoker came in and got Flores to ground to second, and then struck out Rico. And he walks the 9-hitter on 4 pitches. So runners on the corners, 2 outs. And Steven Chavez, who's 0 for 4 today, steps in. Now the Cougars have to think about what to do with a runner in motion from first base on how they want to defend this. Stoker's first pitch, over for a strike on a breaking ball. Guino leads away from first. Gutierrez away from third. Represents the tying run with Chavez at the plate. The 0-1 pitch down in the dirt, and Cougar keeps it in front. Arm loosening in the bullpen for Canyons. Can't tell who it is, but Stoker up on the mound is the one trying to get it done here. Is the 1-1 pitch. Grounded towards short. Mikey Kane will pick it up. Sends it over to first. Doyle Kane will tag the runner at first base, Steven Chavez, and the Cougars pick up a 3-2 win. As Stoker comes in and gets the final 3 outs of the ball game for the save. Kyle Kopp gets the win. As Canyons wins for the second time this season, they take it 3-2. As they give Rio Hondo just their second loss of the year. And all in all, a pretty solid day for Canyons. Had a little scare late, but Stoker able to come in and finish it off. And he picks up the save. Game 2 hours and 24 minutes as it was a quick one here from Cougar Field. But Canyons gets the win. They take it 3-2. Kopp gets the win. It'll be his second win of the year. Stoker gets the save, his first. As the Cougars put up 3 runs on 7 hits. Rio Hondo 2 runs on 7 hits. No errors in the ballgame for either side. Canyons wins it 3-2. That'll do it for us on this one. Make sure you join us 3 o'clock. Women's basketball, or men's and women's basketball doubleheader. The men will get started first against Citrus, then the women later on tonight. We'll see you then here on the Cougar Sports Network.